Okay, hi, good morning, everybody. Michelle Masnick here in the Career Resource Center, wanting to share with you some information about extracurriculars. Um, I will be sure to share with you things like this when we feel it's pertinent to you, when it's time for you to know something as you think about your life after high school. So, there are lots of things that you and I will be talking about, moving forward. And we will do sessions like this whenever necessary, just to make sure that you have what you need, right, from us. So in the Career Resource Center, if you're not sure where we're located, we are kind of right inside the front door, just down the hall from the greeter's desk. We're the office with all the windows in the front connected to the counseling department. And I work here, Michelle Masnick, along with Christina Berg. So anything that you have questions about as it relates to life after high school, we are sort of your people. And we do things like this. We have career speakers, the colleges that are recruiting students, wanting to tell you more about their programs, visit here pretty regularly. We schedule the military visits, so the military recruiters that you'll see in the lunchroom from time to time. If you participated as a part of AVID or another class in mock interviews, that's something that we put together for you. So we are here as a support to make sure that all Osseo Senior High students have what they need as they're, again, making decisions about life after high school. So today we are going to talk about like extracurricular things. So we'll talk about what that means, and we'll talk about why it tends to be important kind of as you go through high school and later. So first thing we're going to do is define what extracurricular activities are. Then we're going to learn about the opportunities and options that are available for you at Osseo Senior High. And then I would like to share with you why these activities actually matter as you're looking at your life after high school. Now, it might seem kind of early. You're like, well, I'm in ninth grade, it's only third try. Like, can I worry about this later? My answer to that is, you are knocking on the door of the end of your first year of high school. Like, it's almost over, right? We're in third try. It's trucking along. We're going to have spring break. And then before you know it, it's going to be June. So I want to make sure that you have the information that you need when you need it. So that's why we're talking about it today. So what is an extracurricular activity? So extracurricular can really just means anything that falls outside of the normal hours 1 through 6 and advisory, outside of that curriculum that we know to be high school, right? So that could be a job, that could be a sport, that could be a club, that could be an activity. It could be, a sport that you don't play for the high school, but actually play outside, for a club outside of the high school. It doesn't have to be related to the high school at all. It can be anything literally outside of the classes that you take hours 1 through 6. It could be sports related, like I said. It could be academic activities, math league, Model UN. There are lots of sort of academic clubs and activities that you could participate in. It could be work, it could be volunteer service, or it could be a school club like chess club or Latinx group, or if you're in mock trial. So there are a lot of things that are connected to school that you could be participating in, but there are also lots of things outside of school that you could be participating in as well. So how do you know what we offer, right? So if you go to oshorioles.org, you'll see that at the top of the screen there, you will come to our activities website. So if you're interested in sports, for example, you would click on athletics. If you're interested in clubs, you'd click on clubs. If you're interested in activities, you'd click on activities, right? So here's an example of the fall sports that we offer at Osseo Senior High. Here's an example of the activities that are listed on this activities website at Osseo Senior High. And here's an example of the clubs that are available for students at Osseo Senior High. So this is a wealth of information on this one website. So if you have questions about what exactly we do offer, again, these are school-sponsored activities, then this would be the place that I would send you to take a look at that and figure out what might be best for you. So, okay, now you know about extracurriculars, what they are, the ones that we offer here at Osseo. But you might be thinking to yourself, but why do I care? Really, why do I care? It's because they help you, right? So when you're applying for something outside of high school, you might be applying to college, you might be applying for an internship, you might just be applying for, a part-time job for the remainder of high school. The experiences that you've had already help others understand how serious you are about that particular opportunity. So what I mean by that is, if all you had to do as a high school student was get up in the morning, get yourself to school, we're going to feed you breakfast, you're going to go through your day, we're going to feed you lunch, you're going to go home at the end of the day. And if you didn't have to manage anything else, all you had to do was school, I would sure hope that you could get all A's, right? Because all you have to do is school. We'd put your phone away so you wouldn't be looking at social media or whatever else you're doing on your phone. But we would expect that you could do really, really well in school because that's all you have to manage, right? So if you did just manage school, what would that look like for you, right? You'd have much more time to study. You wouldn't have to worry about watching siblings or working a part-time job or volunteering or going to practice in your games. It would be super different, right? No additional responsibilities, no additional activities. And so when you think about all the extra things that you're doing, how does that affect your academic performance and your schedule, right? If you work a job or if you have a sport, maybe you're a 3-sport athlete, right? Every day after school, you have practice and sometimes you have games and you're traveling to those games and matches, right? So you're on a bus for a couple of hours that day and then you're competing. Extracurriculars can be super fulfilling, but they also definitely probably affect your academic performance because you just don't have as much time as you otherwise would, right? I hope that makes sense. So when we talk about students who do or students who don't participate in extracurricular activities, I want to just give you an example of what this looks like to the outside person, right? So maybe not somebody who works in a school like me or your teachers or our administrators, but somebody who might be looking at you for a job or somebody who might be looking to admit you to their college, right? So if we take student A, here's student A, and here's student B, right? We'll make them kind of the same person. This person is a senior at Osseo, wants to study art, 3.2 GPA, got a 21 on their ACT. This also is a senior at Osseo, also wants to study art, same GPA, same ACT score, right? So we have A and B, student A and B. Student A plays soccer, also wrestles, volunteers in a faith community outside of Osseo fairly regularly, and then spent 2 summers shadowing a photographer and has taken lots of art classes here at Osseo and won 2 Scholastic Art Awards for their photography. Okay, so this person wants to study art and look at the things that they're doing in art, right? Also plays soccer, wrestles, is involved in their faith community, but has done some art stuff, right? Student B plays basketball and baseball, umpires baseball in the summer, gets paid to do that, which is fine. I would look at that kind of in the same way as I would say volunteering in the faith community. And then volunteers some more at Feed My Starving Children and at an assisted living facility in the neighborhood that they live in. So here's a question. If you had to hire this student, or if you had to admit this student to your college, which student would you choose, right? And I think it depends on what the opportunity is, right? So if this was someone who's applying to go to an art college, I know I would pick student A, right? If this was a student who I was going to hire to serve meals at an assisted living, maybe I would go with student B because they have paid job experience already and they already have assisted living experience as a volunteer, right? But you can see that on paper, really both of these students look pretty much the same GPA, both seniors at Osseo, but these extracurricular activities really help differentiate you from your peers. This student, again, has more experience that relates to their intended major in art. This student, so student A, has a better experiences for scholarship applications as they relate to that student's major, right? So a lot of times as a junior or a senior, you and I might be having a conversation and you will say something like, I really need help deciding where to go to college. And I will say, well, what do you want to study? That is always my follow-up question to, I need help picking a school. So my question will be, what are you planning to study? When your answer is, I'm not sure, then I wonder to myself, like, if you like art, why haven't you taken some art classes or more art classes? Or why haven't you sought out internship opportunities or camp opportunities where you can learn more about being an artist, if that's what you want to study, or if that's something that you're interested in? Not knowing as a junior or senior in high school, like what even the direction that you want to head after high school, that feels a little awkward. I'm not saying you need to know exactly what you're going to do, but I don't want you spending tens of thousands of dollars in college figuring it out, right? Like, let's try to figure some of that stuff out here in high school instead of like pushing that off until, well, I'll figure that out in college. Okay, but college isn't free and high school is. So let's get as many of these opportunities as we can under your belt so that you can make better decisions as you move forward. Student B has about the same amount of experience, but it doesn't help define the student as an art person, right? Or whatever they're thinking about majoring in. The awards thing too, that's awesome. If you have been the recipient of an honor roll award in the past couple of trimesters, like that sort of stuff really means something. So if you're getting a honor roll, if you're getting an excellence breakfast award, if you're getting an honor roll certificate and, pizza lunch, like those are things that you need to be sort of keeping track of so that you can write those down when you're applying for things in the future. So I said a lot of words. I've been talking for a long time. You're probably thinking, okay, lady, what's the point, right? So this is my point. Life after high school is going to come whether you want it or not, right? And I want you to be involved in high school because I know that those experiences are going to enrich you as a human being, and they are going to give you experiences that will help you after high school with the decisions that you're making, with the money that you need to find to pay for college, whatever. But it's not about how much you do. It's not a checklist, right? It's not, I have to volunteer a little bit, check. I have to work a job, check. I have to play a sport, check. I have to do, like, it's not like that. It's not about how much you do. It's about what you're doing and how that relates to you as a human and what you want to do after high school to help you figure out who you are and what you want to do, right? So if you're just playing the sports that you've always played, let's think about that a little bit, right? Like if you are playing a sport and it's not your favorite, then why do you keep doing it? Right? Like, let's try something else. That's what high school is about. Try different stuff, right? So it's not about how much you do. It's about what you do and which experiences you have. So I want you to think about summer college programs. Did you know that you can go to college for a week, let's say in the summer? You can take a class maybe, or you can do a camp where you can learn about engineering, or you can learn about being a nurse called Scrubs Camp, or you can learn about, whatever. There's literally a summer college program or a summer opportunity for anything you could come up with. Are there internship opportunities that you might want to take in the summer? And then are there volunteer services? Like Feed My Starving Children is great. I volunteer there myself. But going and like packing meals is awesome. But how is that helping you decide what your life might look like after high school? Because again, that in the CRC, that's our number one goal, is to make sure that you have a plan by the time you leave high school. And, playing the sports you've always played and volunteering at Feed My Starving Children, I'm not sure those are the experiences that are going to get you to be ready to make those decisions, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. So make sure that the way you are spending your time is benefiting you in the ways that you're hoping it is, right? Don't just do stuff because you've always done it if it's not a passion of yours or not something that you're super interested in anymore. So as you think about, where are these summer camps that she's talking about? Well, our website, if you go to learning and employment opportunities, you'll find a bunch of things. Now, there's not a lot on there right now, okay? But there will be, right? As we hear from colleges and as we hear from people who are hiring for the summer, we are going to be putting these on this list, this running list. So take a look at that. Here's an example of something that happened last summer. It's at the U of M Twin Cities, and it's kind of funny, like play on words, Gopher Brains. So Gophers, right? They're the Gophers. Gopher Brains, week-long neuroscience program at the U of M. Super, super cool. And guess what? They pay you $400 for going, and they pay for your travel expenses, and they paid for the meals. So like, what's not to love about that? You get to learn about neuroscience if that's something that you think you might be interested in, something in the medical field, and they're going to give you $400. There was also some enrichment programs at private colleges in Minnesota. They had sports stuff, they had music, they had physics, they had engineering, they had like all these different things. So that happened last summer. It's also happening this summer. And then there was a summer paid internship for high school students. Again, this was last summer, so that is not, I'm not sure that this is happening this summer, but it was with Krause Anderson. It was a paid opportunity. Lots of different opportunities to, do different things, different duties during the day. And you're getting paid to do it. And you're kind of learning about yourself and whether or not that's the kind of work that you might want to do, right? So as you're thinking again about life after high school, there are some things that you should probably be thinking about each year. And we have these little cards in the CRC if you'd like one of these, just so you can keep it and sort of say, okay, well, I've thought about that. I'm doing these things. Some of the things on this checklist are things that you're doing in advisory. So for example, under freshman year, you took the ideas assessment in MCIS. And so like, what did that say about you? Did it say you should be a doctor, or did it say you should be an architect? Or did it say you should think about something in the trades? Or what did it say based on your interests? So if you're looking for one of those, we do have some of those in the CRC that you're welcome to. And that's all I have. So if you have any questions, please visit the CRC. Let us know. We are here to help. You can always make an appointment. You can always sign up for stuff. There's a 3-ring binder, like right when you walk in the door, that has all of the upcoming sessions that we have in the CRC. So feel free to take a look at that, or you can check our website for the online version of signing up for events and things. We're here to help. This is what we do every day, and we're super excited to have conversations with you that help you get ready for what's coming next. So thanks for listening. I'll stay on until the end of advisory if you have other questions. Thanks for listening, and have a really good day.